Awamu nyingine naokaribisha ndani ya FM Show KE, na kwa sasa tunapata kumzungumzia aliyekuwa msimamizi wa mazungumzo katika ikulu ya urais jijini Nairobi, aliyekuwa pia mtangazaji kitokea katika kituo cha runinga cha Citizen TV, Kanze Dena. Kanze amepata kufunguka kuhusiana na vitisho vinavyopokewa katika ofisi ya rais mstaafu Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Ukumbuke baada ya Kanze Dena kustaafu katika serikali ya Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, baada ya wao kuweza kumaliza awamu yao na hatamu yao uongozini mwaka 2022, Kanze Dena aliweza kupewa kazi na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kama msimamizi wa mazungumzo katika ofisi yake, na kwa sasa tunaarifiwa kwamba ofisi hii imekuwa inapokea vitisho kuhusiana na yale ambayo yamekuwa yakiendelea, na nataka diverge deep into the story so that we will get all the insights that we need in regards to the said story. Now, a publication has revealed that fuel cans for Mama Ngina's vehicle have been blocked and vehicle maintenance denied. Dena says State House has refused to renew contracts of spokesperson Kanze Dena and Administrative Secretary George Kariuki. State House has refused to facilitate repairs and maintenance of Uhuru's vehicle, nor even fueling them. Retired President Uhuru Kenyatta has alleged that his staff are being called in the middle of the night by the government to be threatened and intimidated. Kumbuka, kuna mtafaruku ambao unaendelea hasa katika serikali ya Kenya Kwanza kwa sasa, ambapo inadaiwa kuna uwezekano ya kwamba rais mstaafu Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta pamoja naye kiongozi kutokea katika eneo la Mlima Kenya ambaye ni naibu wa rais Rigathi Gachagua na mpango wa kuweza kuungana ndipo kuweza kuisumbua awala kutatiza maendeleo katika serikali ya sasa ya Kenya Kwanza ambayo ipo chini ya uongozi wa Rais William Ruto. Now, what you're being told is that speaking during a press conference, President Uhuru Kenyatta's spokesperson Kanze Dena also revealed that the staff has not been paid for 2 years now, forcing the former president to pay them from his pocket. And I shall quote her, "There is a ceremonial withdrawal and intimidation of staff via phone calls at midnight," she said. They were being called at midnight, but we also have to protect our people. Sometimes we get multiple calls of different instructions late at night. Unfortunately, we have not earned a salary for the last 2 years. I'm not able to quantify how much it is that the former president has been able to spend because that includes fueling the water, the food we eat as staff, traveling bills, electricity. Now, State House is not repairing my vehicles, Uhuru states. While stating how the government is frustrating Uhuru, Dena alleged that Uhuru has also not received new vehicles as stipulated in law, hence forcing him to use old transition vehicles, which she alleges State House has refused to fuel. The government of the day has not provided any vehicles, and we would like to clarify that on the 18th of July 2023 at 7 p.m. all our drivers and security details were withdrawn from the residences via phone. Kanze Dena said that the former president has only received 28 million shillings out of 655 million shillings allocated during the 2022-2023 financial year. To date, the office can only confirm absorption of roughly 28 million, spread across payment of allowances for domestic travels, as well as facilitation of 2 trips mentioned earlier that were honored. A seemingly hungry Dena also added that the government of the day has not undertaken nor facilitated any repairs and maintenance of vehicles under the office, nor have they fueled any cars under the office, which she said was hampering operations. Uhuru has also said that the security detail of former First Lady Ngina Kenyatta has not been reinstated since its withdrawal in July 2023, stating that the State House cancelled the fuel cards for vehicles. Yeah. Moja kati ya story ambazo zinaongelewa sana sio katika mitandao ya kijamii. Now, the question still lingers in the minds of many Kenyans on what card the former president, the current president, William Ruto, is playing. You know, the intimidation is getting worse. As so at a time like this, when we have rumors that the Mount Kenya region leaders, including the deputy president, are coming together and are uniting, and they are having a one united front where they are going all to be fighting against the government of Kenya Kwanza, because it does not allocate its resources as it had promised earlier to the people of the Mount Kenya region. Remember the one man, one vote, one shilling agenda that has always been the aspect of discussion when it comes to the deputy president's political agenda. Remember, the DP has always been speaking about how he is sorry right now for the intimidation that they did to the former president Uhuru Kenyatta back in the day. So the question is this a card that is being played by the current regime to intimidate the former president and the deputy president not to work together or unite hands? Remember that people like Kimani Ichung'wah, the majority leader, have been rallying behind the president together with Ndindi Nyoro and other leaders from the Mount Kenya region, trying to prevent a coalition between the deputy president and the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, remembering that the former president Uhuru Kenyatta still owns the mantle as the kingpin of the politics of the Mount Kenya region. So could this be a move to deter or prevent the former president going forward with his alleged coalition with the deputy president? Questions are still lingering, a lot is being brought up, but the question still remains. What is it that the president of the country fears most from a coalition between Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and the former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta? Remember that a few people have been speaking against what the president is allowing to be done in the Mount Kenya region, because his leaders, including the majority leader, people like Ndindi Nyoro, Kiharu Member of Parliament, CSs, and other leaders, are doing so much and playing the card of intimidation, which the president promised the people of Mount Kenya region will not happen under his watch and under his regime after taking over office, because he sought to protect his DP, because that was something that he never received from the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. The question will still remain, will the president consider withdrawing his intimidation tactics on the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, or will he continue doing what he has been doing best as of right now? Because their intimidation have gone too far right now, not paying the people, or not giving out the package or the retirement package that was meant for the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, is something that remains a subject of discussion under the current regime. Because if the former president is mistreated the way he is being mistreated right now under the current regime, how should we continue functioning as a country if a former president does not get his rights? What will happen to we as the normal citizens of the Republic of Kenya? For now, I urge you to make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more news and more update. I shall keep you updated on the political shenanigans in the country. This is FM Show KE. My name is FK Mwenda.